All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Thursday afternoon, rather. Another edition of KFTV Court Vision, CP the franchise. We got my man Shax NBA in the building. Shout out to my guy Shax. 1 down, 3 to go. Knicks get a win in the Alamo, man, to kick off the NBA Finals. And Shax, man, you wanted to point out what you saw from this team defensively, especially on the Alien. That's going to be a big story throughout this entire series. And last night, you saw some things you like, man. Let's talk about it, man. What you think?
Yeah, so first of all, the Knicks held the Spurs to, I think it's the lowest points that they scored in the entire playoffs so far.
Yeah,
So,
lowest points that they scored in the playoffs so far. Yep.
yeah, a lot of that is just figuring out like Wemby and defending him in like pick and roll or in like isolation or like post ups. I thought Cat did a really good job in isolations in particular, but we saw that he also has like a lot of help for him. So we're gonna see some of that today.
All right, so let's roll here, man. Okay, and we are going to roll the tape. There we go.
So you just keep playing this year.
Okay.
A lot of this is getting into I just want to see like in the specific part. So you can pause it right there. Go back just a little bit.
Mhm.
Common theme we're gonna see is like the stunting and the gap help from the wings. So we have Mikal Bridges here at first. Wemby didn't get the ball yet. You could play it a little bit. So when he gets the ball and Cat's like closing out. When Cat's closing out, the Knicks want to stop the drive for Wemby. So you're gonna have Mikal like pinch in a little bit here.
Okay.
To roll it. So he's gonna contest and then Mikal's gonna come in a gap. And then
It's
Stephen
hard.
Hart like moves in a lot. When Castle's like one pass away, I think uh, the Knicks feel good about like helping that much off him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you, man. Especially a guy like a Castle who, is a streaky shooter. And
Mhm.
so that allows you to get deeper help into the gaps and still recover nicely. And hey, if he knocks it down, you knock it down. It's kind of like how, teams might play a Hart maybe a little bit less aggressively, but hey, you can live with that. But to kind of build
Yeah,
that wall, that wall around Wemby and hack down on the ball, do whatever you have to do to keep him at bay. It's a good job by the Wings.
yeah. So we're gonna see him like spin back left because of the help as well.
Mm,
And Cat did a really good job bodying up instead of like using his arms. He
right.
he did use it like a couple of times, but we would not like him to get handsy and stuff with Wemby
Yeah,
because he doesn't need to. He has
right.
like the mat to contain him, and he also has the mobility too.
Correct. All right, next sequence.
So this is going to be another gap help one, I believe. So on his drive, you see Mikel trying to load up here. Um, I think they end up getting a steal on this, and then OG's going to come over and
Mm-hmm.
take.
Yeah,
So
there we go. Wing stopping. Here we go. Wemby thinks
yep,
he's a point guard, and here goes the two wings converging in the gaps, helping Karl Anthony Towns, and
mhm.
leads to a Knicks steal.
I was surprised about like the amount of times Wemby is like taking the ball up and like isolating this much. Like
Yeah,
I feel like he's so much better just off the ball and getting like actions ran for him or being in pick and roll. I think we're gonna see that adjustment more. Mitch Johnson talked about trying to get him in action more instead of just letting him like play like so freely. I
mm.
thought that was a mistake on their part because Cat can still guard. I think he can guard isolation very well.
Okay. All right, here's the third sequence here.
So this one is going to be like a action here. We have a ball screen, and the point of this of showing this play is like showing the weak side tagger, which is OG Anunoby, like how much stress is on Anunoby here. Because Anunoby's going to have to come all the way out and tag Wemby's roll, right? Because he's setting the screen and he's going to roll through to the basket. So as the low man, he's going to like, tag him hard because
Mm.
Wemby one of the best lob threats in the NBA. And the Knicks had trouble with this with Champagny a lot.
Yes, they
So
did.
mhm,
So now, well, fortunately, you had Fox here on the wing. You can live
yeah,
with that. But as you said, with Wemby, OG's got to cover a ton of ground here. And there's Josh Hart. He's got to rotate out. Oh, I'm sorry, Jalen Brunson. He's got to rotate out. X out the shooter here on the weak side, which is Fox.
Yeah. So this is what San Antonio will take this shot. But I think the Knicks did a much better job in the second half with like getting a little bit deeper. Like Cat wasn't that high up on the screens in the second half, in my opinion. It was like a little far, but it was still like a higher drop.
All right.
So it caused the tagger to like not be like that important if you want to say.
Right. Okay. Good defensive sequence here. We'll live with the Fox 3. Rebound Josh Hart. Josh Hart all over the board last night. Okay.
So this was I believe this was like out of timeout play. Knicks do a good job icing the ball screen. So we saw a lot of like the ice coverage this season. You could pause it there. So you see how Hart's pushing Castle toward the sideline there. Cat in a good position. He's almost more in like a drop. But we're gonna still see like the Knicks want to send extra help to Wemby at the rim. So OG's gonna stay. He's gonna like stay in this corner. He's gonna be in the paint still. And we'll see that he ends up tagging him. Then Bridges are gonna like zone off the shooters. So you could pause it right there. So on this roll, OG's gonna be in help, and then Bridges is gonna zone these shooters.
Okay, there you go. So OG's here. He's providing help, and Bridges, if he's got to run out to Harper, if he's got to run out to, is this Keldon Johnson here? I can't really make it out. It might be, who's that? Who's that there? That was,
I believe it.
Is that Vasil?
No, that's Johnson, number 3.
Johnson, yeah. Okay. So either way, McCall's over here. Hey, Keldon Johnson wants to take that shot. That's fine. We got Harper over here. But either way, man, the attention is all on Wemby and slowing down the alien. It's good coverage right there.
So you play and see what happens, and it's going to be a steal.
Yep, there we go. That's who we want the ball in his hands, Stephon Castle, because he's going to give it up. He's going to give it up, man. Good steal there by Mikal Bridges in that first quarter. I thought, the Knicks setting the tone defensively in that first quarter. San Antonio came back. They made their run. Obviously, they ended up taking the lead. They closed the half well. But I just like the way the Knicks came out firing, especially on the defensive end. Very active.
Yeah. It was a good start until, I felt like they got caught up in transition a couple times.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is a good play here. You can pause it. This is a common play they like to run. So they like to run this little like a trail flare screen. The Knicks run this for Cat a lot. Well, not a lot, but they run this for Cat a bit. It's to get like Wemby the ball on like a 3-point attempt. But here the Knicks like switch it with Hart. And then they're gonna take him down to the post because they got the switch they want. Another important part, good pause it right there. See how Cat decided to go down instead of following Castle to the top. So that's going to make him the lone man on this post, which is going to be important.
Okay.
Switches with
So he switches with Bridges, allows Bridges to get Castle, but then Cat becomes the low man and can provide the help if
this is really
shakes Hart.
They're going to end up sending Bridges off Castle, which is a good idea instead of sending Brunson. Like Trunks. So
there you go. You get Bridges selling out. We'll live with the Castle 3. You got Keldon Johnson over here. All that's good. This is a nice job by the Knicks defense, man. Get some wingspan out there. You got OG providing help. I guess you could say OG's kind of the one that's zoning up the shooters here.
Yeah.
And Cat as the low man can provide the help to help out Josh Hart. Team defense here, ladies and gentlemen, by the New York Knicks. This is why they've been the best in the playoffs. Locked in, attention to details.
Yep. I think, they end up getting it's a 3. I would think you take that.
Yeah, that's what we want to shoot it. That's what we want to shoot it, man. We'll live with the results.
So pause it right there. We'll go back just a little bit. So, right there. So this is a play they ran like a few times where you're gonna have like a double ball screen and Wemby's gonna slip out. This slip I don't know, man. Like this is danger. Yeah.
Mm.
It gets him going to the rim with like full speed. You pause it right there, and then you're gonna need 5'11", Jose Alvarado to tag up there
Yeah,
and just like give him a bump if he can, and he does that. It's just that, and they're able to like actually like slow it down,
a
which
little
is
bit. Yeah, I remember this play. I thought that was a good tag by Jose. Forces a tough shot off the glass.
yeah.
Good tag there by Jose. And then he's able to recover out to Fox and secures a defensive rebound. That's a good job by Jose. I thought Jose had a good game last night.
Yes, he had a great game. It was awesome. That had to be his like best 11 minutes of the season. If
Yeah,
you
productive. Good floor game by Jose last night. Absolutely.
right, so I think this is going to be like another isolation from Wemby. You pause it right there. You see Shamit's already like
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty much. You can call it the double, pretty much. There's not even like really shading at this point because he's just so far off Castle. I expect the Spurs at some point to like switch this, like at least put Vassal strong side, so this
Yeah.
help is not it's not that close.
Right. Right. Yeah. This is advantage Knicks right here. This is absolutely advantage Knicks.
Yeah, and we're gonna see he's gonna try to like attack baseline because of this help. Cat does a good job there.
Yeah.
He's just gonna stay. And then like you want your hands out, like just keep your hands out. Just don't reach in.
Right.
You can pause it right there. Like again, like it's just shifting over into the gap. McBride's like you can't even see McBride.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
and then it's just gonna force a Harper's three, which you can live with that too.
That's a fact. It's a good job by
Mhm.
Deuce.
So well, again, we have this horns action with the two screens at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then pause. Instead of the low man tagging this time, you're gonna see Brunson tag. I think the Spurs are gonna change, even though they want to attack Brunson with Champagny at the top. I do think it is important having Champagny in the corner because look what happens. Your best play. Because Brunson's able to give an early tag and just stop his roll earlier, but also Castle's. This is a hard pass to make for Castle when he's turning this way compared to like the corner.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Of course, it's a pull up. Castle's shooting like 35% in pull ups, like pull up mid ranges, so
Mm.
it's not a bad shot for the Knicks.
And I want to look up. I want to see where Champagne's shooting from in terms of the corners, which is kind of crazy. He only shot 32. Wait. Why is this? Why does the stats say Washington on cleaning the glass? What's going on with his stats over here?
I can check real quick.
Yeah, 25-26. They got him on the Wizards. 67 games played. They got him shooting 32% from three. That makes zero sense.
He's shooting. Let's see. He's shooting 47% from the corner.
47 from the corner. Yeah. And that
like
and yeah, go ahead.
I just feel like you need him in the corner. Yeah.
You need him in the corner.
Instead of-
And that's why, man, when the second half, when he's shooting above the break and he's hitting the padding on the basket, I said, yo, that's advantage Knicks right there, man.
Yep.
Absolutely advantage Knicks. They kept him out of the corner, or Mitch Johnson took him out of the corner, whichever way you want to see it.
Yeah, but you can understand why they want him like higher up, right? Because they do want to attack Brunson.
Yeah.
I also think at the same time, you make Brunson the low man too. It's like you're kind of attacking him that way, like off the ball. So I think that's just fine for them. So I would expect that to change.
That's right. They said I'm looking at his brother's stats. I thought it was Justin Champagne. Julian Champagne. I keep getting these guys confused, man.
Yeah.
Hang on. There we go. The other, okay. All right. Thanks. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know, I'm working off for like 4 hours of sleep, man. So the brain's not all fully on. You're right. He's at 40% from the corners, according to Cleaning the Glass. 37 from the non-corners, 38 from three. How about this? He's shooting 76% from the rim, man. That's pretty interesting.
He was really good rebounding the ball.
Yeah. 77% in the playoffs at the rim. And during the playoffs, he's shooting 48% from the corners, 38 from non-corner.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, could see if he is drawing that Brunson as a defender. Could we see him maybe, attacking closeouts a little stronger against him, maybe taking it to the basket a little bit? You could expect all the Spurs to be a bit more aggressive and put more pressure on the rim. So could be something to look at. Okay. All right, running it up. Let's go.
Pause it right here. So this is also another play they like to run. So we're like working through the playbook a little bit with like the reaction, double ball screens. We saw like the horn stuff. So they love this action for 1B here. It's a pin down with the smaller, got with the small player on him. So Jalen Brunson. So it's not a switch, right? You can't switch this. It's impossible. So the play here is to have Cat slide over, and Brunson's going to stay like a little bit in help. But also, like Champagne's a shooter, right? So you don't want him to stay too long.
Mm-hmm.
So he stays just the perfect amount of time there. So he waits, and then comes back to for where Cat can like recover. That's a shot you'll take.
Yeah.
This is decently contested.
Good job by Cat. Or Jalen Brunson, rather. Okay.
Pause it. Go back a little bit more. So we're always watching like the weak side when Wemby's setting a ball screen, because everything's gonna happen from the weak side when on Wemby's ball screens, especially because he just draws so much attention on his ball. So you see both players can get 2 feet in the paint, Brunson and Anunoby.
Mm-hmm.
But Brunson's actually all the way in the paint on Champagny, and then he has to get out. We're gonna see like OG. I think, yeah, you could see it this way. So yeah, that was a good rotation. I think Cat gambles here and then.
Yeah. They mentioned in another broadcast he didn't have to go for that, and he ends up picking up a cheap foul.
Yeah, but the play was where you want like the pick and roll to be at. That was good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the next one. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah. You can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Pause it right there. You see him? All right. You just see how much help is brought to him, and Castle being one pass away again. So you see how Bridges is almost in the restricted area at this point. And OG I don't even know who OG's guarding. OG probably doesn't know who he's guarding in this one. Oh, you good press line. So they have help with me like all over there. And you live with that.
Yeah.
If you're in there.
That's who we want to shoot it. That's who we want to shoot. Good D, man. Good defense, Mikal Bridges. Good help.
Go back a little bit. So once again, weak side, you have Brunson, Champagny. I thought they really did a good job limiting the amount of times in the second half that they're like tagging with Champagny off. So you're gonna see Brunson just not even tag here. They're gonna have Cat play a little bit farther back. So you see Cat's gonna like backpedal a little bit more. You have hard ball. And the Spurs tried to get a little sneaky there because by putting Champagny like alone, weak side, so there's no tag on him. They don't end up scoring. So that was a good adjustment by the Knicks to just have catch up.
Yeah.
Before the
good adjustment there.
Pause again. So we just go back a little bit, just a little bit. So we saw a player screen last time, right? So this is the same one. So reaction, pause it again. So this time they do it with the small, right? So it's not Josh Hart or Wing or anything. It's Alvarado. So you don't want to switch this at all. You want to try to fight over it. I'm not a fan of fighting over it, to be honest. But because you're gonna see that McBride's gonna have to help out after the player. So you see McBride comes into the paint a little bit, and Matthew makes a really excellent pass to Barnes. But then this is a really good defense from McBride to get back out.
Yeah.
And then pause right there. go back just a little bit. Like this is an impressive athletic play from I think a 6'3" guard on a how tall is Harrison Barnes?
Probably like
6'8".
6'8", probably. Yeah,
Dude,
6'8", about that.
look how high McBride gets to contest that. Like that is
Yeah.
just using his wingspan and athleticism at its best. And I think Cat does an awesome job just playing it off.
Good job by Cat. That's an air ball from the alien. There we go. Nice air ball. They were saying. Somebody at the watch party was screaming. You know, they're showing the Wemby montage in the fourth quarter. Somebody at the watch party was screaming, propaganda. Hey, man, look, he has his moments. He could certainly have his moments in this series, but I thought that was funny, man. Propaganda. He kept yelling at the TV. That was funny. Anyway, all right, so we keep it rolling here. CP and Shaq's on the 1 and 2. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Breaking down film, the Knicks defensive coverages on the alien last night. Okay, it's nice.
I think there's a few more, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, pause it.
All
so
right.
this is after the people ran on the court and
Yeah.
were like
Yeah, they had the Kalshi plant out there looking for a selfie. Like, get your ass out of here. He's lucky Big Country didn't swing on him. But anyway, go ahead.
So we're gonna have the same horns action. We're gonna see positive right here,
Mm-hmm.
as we saw in the last horns play with
Well, all right, let's slow down there and break it down for the people. Describe the horns action and what the Spurs are looking to accomplish here when you see the two screens coming on both sides of the defender. Describe that, the horns action.
All right, so it's gonna start with two players in the corners, and you have two players atop the slot, right? So what you usually want to do, you want to attack the big man. So the big is Robinson, yes. And then you want to attack like I want to say like a Jalen Brunson type, like a more compromised. I don't want to say compromised, but compromised defender.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
where they want to attack. So they'll put two screeners there. But like what we mentioned last time, right? Maybe it's best if Brunson is in the corner for the Spurs because look what happens again. Like Brunson's gonna be able to tag Wemby once again on his roll. Big tag. And Fox is like automatically making that read to the corner because he's expecting the low man to help. But instead, Brunson helped instead. And he can't, not really seeing that pass at the wing where Champagne is open. So you get a good closeout and a contested third.
Boom. And there we go. Catches nothing but glass there, does Champagne. Good closeout by Cap. And Champagne, hey, good three-point shooter, but not his area of expertise, if you will. So overall, good sequence by the Knicks.
Well, this is a good one. Go back a little bit because I think the Knicks need more in the next game on Castle and maybe even like on Fox too. So you see the screen's a little bit high, okay? A little bit higher than usual. You can go under the screen instead of over because I think when you go under, Castle's not that adept at like getting to the mid-range spot, and even if he gets to the mid-range spot, like you kind of want to pull up as well. But then here, like inside the break, you go over his screen because if you go under, you're more susceptible to like the drive. And I feel like the closer the screens were for Castle were like more harder to guard, like for sure, because it's just pretty explosive when it gets to the rim. And plus, Wemby's right there, and the tag is unbelievably hard.
Yeah, I mean, look at Josh Hart trying to get over this thing. He's trying to get over the 7'4" alien. Look how far he's got to reach to get around and stay physical, stay attached. Go ahead.
What do you think about Wemby's screen? I felt like he was getting a little bit like pushy.
Oh yeah, they let him get away with murder on those. Absolutely,
crazy.
Man. Regular season, those are offensive fouls.
Yeah, the broadcast was talking about execution on the play where Shamet fell, and I swear he like shouldered him.
Yeah, he caught a shoulder block to the face. Absolutely, man. They were letting him get away with murder last night.
Yeah, so he gets over well here, and I do want to mention point of attack defense is like crucial in this series because that means like Robinson can stay with the big, and you don't need like an extra tagger to come over. So it's extremely important to get over screens in this series. So if we get that stop, now we're gonna get another stop, right?
Yeah,
So,
big stop. Big stop here by Big Country. We're not falling for it. We're staying down. Good hands. Let's go. Turnover. Broken pinky and all. Let's go, man.
dude, this is an awesome play.
Excellent sequence there by Mitch. Yeah, we're not going for those. Sorry, pal. We already saw Embiid. We saw Embiid. We saw all the tricks from the big man that there is to see. He saw Jokic this year. Big Country is ready for all of it, man. He's ready for all the footwork. Let's go. That was a great sequence by him.
You see how he's showing his hands to he's not just showing his hands himself, right? He's showing his hands to refs.
I'm nowhere near.
I'm not touching him.
I'm not touching him. You know, that wingspan, you got to keep your hands out of there, man. Keep your hands out of that danger zone. Great job, him and Cat, you know? So that was good preparation. Maybe it's Mark Bryant or just Mike Brown, but overall good job by the Knicks bigs in staying disciplined for the most part in Game 1 against Victor. Finishing the play. Ends in a turnover.
Last one. Give you play. So the drive to the rim, I do want to point out, this is the very last play. So isolation, Cat does a good job like bodying up. It's also all about like moving him to like meet him to the spot. Because if he doesn't meet him to the spot, it's gonna be a foul. But I do want to point out Champagny, like just put an eye on Champagny here. Like he's gonna be breaking from this corner a lot, and it makes me pay attention to that. See how Brunson is
head to
his eyes is on play. Right? I don't think Brunson should be like watching this play when we picked up the ball already. So you gotta watch this for the next game.
Yeah, could be a cut baseline there. As Clyde said, see the ball, see a man. But also, not even just a cut baseline, here it is. The offensive rebounding by the Spurs guards and wings.
Yeah, here Josh Hart actually gets it. So, I mean, talk about the game he had was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, man. Hart was great, man. Absolutely gritty. The 15 boards. And when you talk about the defense, you got to talk about Hart with the 13 defensive rebounds and ending possessions. So good stuff. Good stuff by the Knicks, man. Excellent job by the Knicks. So yeah, man. One in the holster there. We'll see what happens Friday. We haven't seen. Have they released the officiating crew yet? I'm hoping it's not Tony Brothers because I think the Knicks are gonna have to defend twice as hard on Friday because you got to expect, especially Castle, Vassell, like these guys are gonna be attacking relentlessly. Harper, Knicks defense is gonna have to be on the string once again, man. They're gonna have to double down. What else are you? What are you looking at in terms of maybe adjustments for Game 2?
Yeah, so I would definitely expect the Spurs to be just a little bit more intentional about like using Wemby instead of these isolations. I felt like the Knicks did, as you saw, like the Knicks did a good job defending the actions, but I do think they need to run more of them. There's too many times where like even just now, like in that play right there, like he's just coming downhill by himself. And I think they're down 1 point. It's 2:52 left. I don't think you want that.
Yeah. You know, maybe that was just an early feint, if you will, to use a boxing term by Mitch Johnson. Maybe that was just an early, show a card here, show a card there, but the adjustments are coming. Just to get a feel for where the coverages are coming from, and you can expect both teams to make their adjustments, and that's what the series is going to be about. So, great job, man, as usual. You can find my guy at Shaq's NBA breaking down the game when the game is live, right? Are you breaking down plays during the game as well?
I am not, but I do have a full video on the defense, so you can check that out just like directly on the MyX account.
Okay, yeah, check him out on X/Twitter at Shaq's SHAX NBA. Also, make sure you are signing up for his newsletter, and we will be back on. We're gonna do Saturday. How's Saturday looking for you? Might be tough.
Might be tough. Saturday.
All right, we'll figure it out. We got time. Maybe we can do Sunday, maybe even Monday before the game. So we got time.
I wouldn't put it out completely.
Okay. All right, well, we'll give the people some notice, man. But either way, great job today. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. We're going to bounce back in just about 20 minutes ago. My guy Morelli, Justin Morelli, is coming through for the Game 3 debrief, for the Game 1 debrief. And so we'll be back a little bit shortly, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Like, share, subscribe. Knicks Nation Worldwide, man. 1-0. Shout out to Shax once again, man. We out here.